Hi, my name is Smitesh and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be talking about a C++ project called Task Management Simulation in C++. So let's first understand the problem statement. Now in this project, we have the problem statement that we need to create a task management system that create a task, and when the state of the task get changed, it notifies to the all the task observer, all the stakeholders. So this is like similar to our Jira ticket. We create some Jira ticket, or in the Scrum we are creating a task like development task, testing task, and initially it is on created state, then we change to the in progress, and when task complete we mark it as a complete. So we need to simulate this system in C++. This is a problem statement. Now what will be the learning outcome in this project? So we will discuss about the state design patterns, observer design patterns, builder design pattern. Then we are not using raw pointer, instead we are using a smart pointer, shared pointer and unique pointer. So I will be following this UML diagram for the project implementation. So if you see closely, we have a task state, that is a abstract class, or I would say interface also, and each task has a type, right? State, create state, in progress state and completed state. So all these states are uh, implement this task state. Similarly, we have a task observer to implement the observer design pattern, and we have a two type of observers, email observer and SMS observers. That means when the state of the task change, we are notifying through email or SMS. Now all these are the helper class. That means the task context, it hold the task state pointers, and it also maintain the all the list of observers. We will discuss all these things in our coding part. So let's first understand what is the state design pattern. So state design pattern is a behavioral design patterns that allows an object to change its state. Let's discuss about the state design pattern. In this project, a task can be in any state. It can be in created state, in progress state, completed state, on hold state, cancel state, or n number of state. So while changing state from one state to another, in the background generally we are using if else condition or the switch cases. So in the large project, this if else condition or switch case can be a difficult, or it is not appropriate. In this condition, we can use state design pattern. State design pattern is a behavioral design pattern. It allows an object to change its behavior dynamically when its internal state change. That means consider a traffic light signal. So currently the signal is in red, and internally we are maintaining a timer. Now if we have a 1 minute of timer or 60 second of timer, when the timer turns into the 60 seconds, 60th second, then it's change from red to green. Okay, so when it's change, when the internal state change, we generally write if else statement. If current second is equal to 16, then change the state. So to reduce all this behavior, or to reduce all this implementation, if else condition or the switch condition, we can use state design pattern. We can override, we can get rid of if else statement or the switch statement. So this is a primary use of the state design pattern. We can dynamically change the object state from one state to another state. In this project also we will be doing the same thing. The task can be in created state, and we can change it to the in progress state, and then it change to completed state or the cancel state, any state. but we will be not using any if else statement here. Then then we will discuss about the observer design pattern. Observer design pattern is also a behavioral design pattern that define one to many relationship between the objects, and when one object change its state, all its dependents are automatically notified. That means when we change state from completed to in progress, we have a many observers. We have to notify through the email or the SMS here, through the email or the SMS that the existing state got changed to the new state. So we will be using observer design pattern also. So let's discuss everything into the code. Yeah, let's we discuss the code. I have included all the required header file, and I have also defined here task priority. Task can be high priority, medium or low priority. Now we will see the UML diagram that we saw during presentation. So we have here a task state, that is an interface, and it has two methods, handle and get current state, and all the different state are implementing this interface. So we will see into the code. So if you see, this is a task state and it has an interface. It has a two method, handle and get current state, and it passes task context object. The same thing we can see into the UML diagram also, right here. Now this task state, we have a different type of states. Create state, it implement task state, and it implement handle method. So we can see here, we can just write here that a task has been created and we are notifying. We will see this notify method in the context task context explanation. Then it passes the get current state. Right now we are in the created state, so I used here created. Similarly, we have a in progress state here. Task has been changed to in progress. Same thing, we are notifying to the user that task has been changed. In this current state, we are returning in progress. Same thing for completed and cancelled. Task has been completed and task has been cancelled. Now we will see here task observer. Here task observer. So we have defined interface task observer, and we have one method update. So when it notified, we will get the message in the update method. Now this, we have a here two implementation of the task behavior. One is the email task observer and another is a SMS task observer. So we will be using here email task observer that inherit task observer, and it implement update method. So we are taking email ID here in the constructor, and same thing for the SMS task observer, we are taking the mobile number or phone number, and when it notify, we are sending SMS. Okay, now we will discuss about the task context class. This is a task context class. Now this task context uh, play also as an observer. So we have a list of task observer here. We are a vector, we are using shared pointer as I discuss you. We will be not using here raw pointer, we will be using smart pointer. So I have used a shared pointer, then task observer, and we are maintaining a list of observer. We have a many email observer or many SMS observer. So everything, all the observers are come into this list. Then we are holding the current task state. Okay, these are the constructor. Now this is a state set state. That means we are changing old state to new state. So we are here getting the new state, and we are just changing to the old state to new state. Consider right now we have a here completed and here in progress. So we are changing from completed to in progress state. This add task observer, this is mainly for the observer also. So we can add many observer based on our demand. Observer can be email observer or SMS observer. So when the state of the task get changed, we are notifying. So this is a notifying, that means notify method. So when we this notify method call, so we are updating this message to each and every observer. So we have a list of observer, and one by one we are calling their update method. So if you see this diagram here, so this update method will be called. This notify will call this update method, and this handle will do notification. We'll see here in the in progress, right? We are doing notification. Okay. Now see another method, execution state. That means here when we have the uh, valid task state, then we are calling the handle method. Handle method will notify, right? Look here. Handle method is just notify. It prepare the message and it notify. And this notify is calling to all the observer. This just return only the current state. Now we will discuss about the task and task manager. So task class has different member variable. ID task can have a ID, title, description, start date, end date, task priority as we saw in the above, and we have a task context. So all are the set method. We will see in the task manager. Task manager is just behaving as a builder pattern. So when we want to create a task, we need to use this task manager. We cannot directly call the task object because I have kept here as a private constructors. We cannot directly create task. We need to have task manager. So task manager, let me see the main method. So task manager passes this task ID. What are the tasks I have? Its priority, and if I want to set some optional parameters, so this is a description, task description. Here I wrote, then add task behavior. As I told you, we have one task can be observed by many. Consider I am creating a Jira ticket, and apart from me, my manager also want to observe the same Jira ticket or same task, or my other stakeholders or my team members want to uh, monitor the task. So we can include all here through the SMS or the email ID. Okay, and then we call the build method. This build method will create a task. Now we see here, this is a task manager. We have created the task. This is a friend function right here. If you see friend of task, that means this task manager can access all these member variable, private member variables. We are passing ID, title, its priority, and we are doing here some set chain ruling, this for the chaining of the builder pattern. And when we do the build, it return a task. So the here task. Now currently the task is in created state. If you see in my task constructor, I have used created method here. Task context and a created method. Created state. Sorry, created state. Now I am printing everything. I am changing the priority from low to high, and I am changing now task created to in progress. Look, we are not here using if else condition. We are directly using in progress state, and when the state of the task change, it is also notified to the all these users that the state of the task change from created to in progress. Now after certain time I want to change mark as a completed, so just I need to write here t1 change state make unique and need to update a new task. In this time also it will notify to the all the stakeholders that the new state has introduced. So this is all about this project. So let's review this project again. These are the header file, require header file. These are the task priorities. These are the forward declaration. These are all the interfaces. Then we used task context that hold current task state and observers. Here we are adding observers into the list. This is the notification function. This function is used when we want to change the state. Okay, execute will call from the task object. I will see you this. So all these are the create state, different type of states: create state, in progress state, completed state, cancel state. Then observers, email observer, SMS observer. You may have in the future many more other observers, so you can write here also. This is a task class. It has ID, title, description, start date, and date. By default, I am using now as a start date and plus 2 days here. That means I am giving 2 days as an end date. We can change this also. Uh, we are using task priority, then task context. This is a private constructor. That means we cannot create object in the main. We will create object in the task manager, and that is the reason we use a friend function here. Okay, so as I told you, when the initially task will be at a created state. So here the in the task context we are using create state as initialize method. Then we are executing the state. This executing the state is here. If the it is valid state, then it call the handle. Let's then we have a different set functions: set title, set description, where we can update the title, description, start date, and date, priorities also. Then add the object behavior, task object observer, add task observer here. We will be using task context. Just call the add task observer because all the observer list are in this class, task context class. Then when we change the state, we are using set state and we are updating a new state, then executing that state. This is for just printing. When we print based on the task priority, we are returning high, low, or medium, or invalid. This is the task manager. We have a task object. Here we are using initializer list. Then this is a chain method. of the builder pattern. And at the end, when we do the build, we have a task, then we are just returning this task. In the main method, we are using task manager to create the task. We are giving task ID, some task title, its priority, then description, and adding all the observers. Then build. Build will create the task and assign to here T1. Then we are printing. Then we are changing the priority from low to high. Then we are changing a state from the created to in progress, and from in progress to completed state. So let's run this project. Okay, so this is the output of the project. Initially task is created, then we are printing here. When we do build in the constructor, we are using the notification. So task has been created, then we are printing this T1 print. It print all the tasks. Initially it is a low priority here. This is in the low priority, right? So if you see, this is low priority. Then we are changing its priority to high. So here it is changing to high priority. Then we change this task state from created to in progress. So task has been changed to in progress, and we are notifying new state to the all stakeholders here through the email and the SMS. If you see, we have add our observer here, John, Martha, and some mobile number. Similarly, when the task is in completed state, it is changing the state. Task has been completed, and again it is notified to the all the stakeholders. So this is the whole output of the project. I hope you find this project helpful. So if you find this is helpful and something you learn, please like the video and share with your friends. Thank you. Subscribe my channel. Thanks.